Today has been a wild day so far. We got up, did our 7:30 workout. It is freezing cold today. We woke up, it was like 15 degrees. So in lieu of running, we did our first interval set, which I've never done like actual intervals before. Man, I gotta tell you, I am gassed out. Each of us on each machine, you know, a minute kind of like warm up and then go as hard as you can for a minute with everything you have. You can even hear, I don't even have the ability to project with my voice any volume out of it. I am like spent. Because he said that the more you put into it, obviously the more you're going to get out of it. Such is life. I really kind of like have a history of making it look like I'm putting everything into it on the surface, when in fact I know consciously that I'm holding back quite a bit. I'm here to kind of not do that anymore and to really test myself. So we had 10 of these things to do, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it through all 10. Because if I actually gave it my all, I'd probably be absolutely DOA right after the first one or two. But again, being tested, hopefully you're able to surprise yourself. So I really did put everything I had into it. We did all 10, we switched machines, and really it's just about me being honest with myself about whether or not I'm putting everything I have into what I'm doing. I can honestly say that after each thing that I'm doing here, through every kind of like challenge and little kind of roadblock, I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and I'm putting everything that I have into each thing, and I'm just here to kind of keep doing that. And the challenges and the tests that have been coming at myself and Gina are just wild. But I have to remember, it's for fun, it's to kind of grow, it's to expand, and it's to just kind of become the best version of ourselves in every way that we can, doing something that we love. So today was a big challenge and a big test, but I'm pumped on the result. And now we just were told that we are actually riding today because it's supposed to be a little bit warmer around 1:30. So let's go ride. It's warming up a little bit, going riding at a track that I haven't been on yet. It's the sand track that's up past the track that they use for open practice. So just kind of excited to get ready and ride our dirt bikes here. I also think that I'm going to switch from our MX34 tire to the MX14 because it seems to be what literally just about everybody is running here, unless like it's the front track where it's like really kind of blown out, then the sand turns really hard packed. So even though it might be a little bit more frozen today, I still think that because of the type of sand they said it is, that this will be the best bet. So we'll find out. I'm excited to try that tire. Another thing I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace the stock foot pegs on the practice bike with these amazing IMS pegs, the Pro pegs. I've been using these for a really long time on a lot of my race bikes, and we were saving these for the 2025 race bike, which we're not really riding that much, but the suspension still isn't back just yet. Still getting worked on. We're getting some kind of coating done that takes a little bit longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw these pegs on the practice bike and then just get another set when the 2025 is ready to be kind of ripped up on. Pegs are on, I'm pumped. Next, just gotta change out this rear wheel.
Okay, Pat, put the scoop tire on the back real quick because they're headed down to the GP track today for training. So I'm gonna head down there because we haven't been to that track yet. So come with me. Every time I think I have seen this place, I find a whole nother section. Look at all these cabins. That is so cool. Okay, I think I see them. They are all the way over there. are 2 motos down.
2 motos down.
1 to go.
1 more to go.
You looked good.
Thank you.
It looks rough, like
Really
like
good.
tiring.
It's super fun if you like when you're relatively fresh or when you're going, but the second you get tired, it just abuses you. It's like ice, but also beach sand. You really have to focus on like keeping your momentum. You can't like turn the handlebars to turn, or you're just gonna pitch over. So you have to stay in. You have to be in like shape enough and trust enough and be moving fast enough that you're kind of riding on top of the sand. I got further that moto before it completely died out than the first moto, which is good, but my right arm is like absolutely just pumped. So I can blame it on the cold, I can blame it on the sand, but just I just gotta keep riding. The first moto, Ben said that it looked like I wasn't pinching the bike enough, which is a habit I'm here to break, and then that would be why I would be riding with my arms so much. So we just put these new foot pegs on, and it reminded me, like, so for the second moto I went out and I really feel like I did. I'm interested to see the video because I was not worried about speed necessarily, but I was pinching the hell out of this thing, standing up through the turns a little bit more than I was the first moto. And when I was fresh, I felt great. I felt like way better. So I just got to keep building my endurance and loosen up a little bit, and I'll be good. So 1 more to go, but it was super fun. The sand is super fun. So I can't wait to get back out.
All right.
And then I'm 8. See, I'm lap 8. I ran a 1:43. I'm lap 8. Second to last lap was my fastest lap.
You made it through the last moto.
I did.
You said it was a good moto.
The last moto was my best moto, and on the Lit Pro app, we did 27 laps on that sand track today, 3 20-minute motos. And the first one, I was an absolute mess. I was kind of like all over the place, not pinching the bike, just really trying to survive and stay up. The second moto was better, a little bit more consistent because I had a little bit of a feel for it, but still not as consistent as I wanted to be. And then we went out for the third time, and it was another moto with your like mandatory, you had to have both fingers covering both levers, so you can use the front brake to kind of keep the turns tighter instead of like blowing out the turns by just getting on the gas and drifting wide. And that has helped me tremendously. It helped me on the turn track, and it really helped me even in the sand, in the deep sand, which I didn't think I would need it. So basically you had to keep your fingers on the front brake lever the entire time, just as a practice. And if they saw you without your finger on it, I think you have to do 20 push-ups for every time they saw you not having your finger on,
Oh my gosh.
on the lever.
Did you have to do any push-ups?
No, I crushed it.
Nice.
I was the funny thing is I risked going slower to pinch the bike more so I'd be more in control of it, which is what Ben said I needed to do in the first moto. So I kept doing that. In the second moto, and by the third moto, I felt actually a lot better pinching the bike. And then also we added the levers in the third moto, which I had them covered the entire time. It helped me tremendously. And when on Lit Pro, my lap times were at least 5 seconds faster every lap, and they were within a second of each other every single lap for, I think that was like a 9 or 10 lap moto. So that's pretty much what I'm going for now, is to like build a base, not super speed. I'm not at the point where I'm like ready to attack yet. I'm just trying to build a base and get really, really consistent doing things the right way. So today was a win. I'm sore, everything kind of hurts and tired, but I had just as much fun as how tired I am. And that's like, it's been actually pretty challenging because the days were hard, but now I'm kind of having fun riding the bike. So things are working out.
It's the end of week 3. Yeah. You are officially done. So how are you feeling? What are your thoughts?
I'm feeling incredibly sore. Today was pretty much a big struggle bus day mentally, but I'm starting to learn like my patterns of what my mind does and based on what's kind of happening. So this is the end of our 3rd week. So I'm now noticing that the more tired I get, obviously the more frustrated I get, the less I'm like able to keep form, and you know, so it feels like I'm going backwards. I have to remember that it's the end of the week. We're riding, you know, 60, 70 or more laps on these tracks a week, and just kind of like be easy on myself through the process, because when I'm looking at like the lap times and the things that I'm working on intentionally to try to improve with my form and the kind of fundamentals, I am making improvements. So I got to kind of like remember at the end of the week when I'm tired and beating myself up to like stay focused on the positive things so that I end the week really strong. Today was a sprint day, so after all of the laps we did on the sand track this week, we do like intervals on the bike. It's not something I'm used to, and it brings back all my old habits of just like doing anything I can to go faster. And what I'm trying to do is slow it down and get into the right spots and do things correctly as fast as I can, which is completely different. So I feel like that I accomplished this week. I feel better at the end of this week than I did at the end of the first week and even second week, even though we're all shot. So that's a win, and the bike is good. So we have a couple things to do on the bike to get it ready for next week, because when you're riding in the sand all the time, they definitely take some abuse. I just put the foot pegs on yesterday, which I think you saw in this video already. Obviously an air filter. I'm gonna throw a new chain on it because it's just kind of like gnarled out and stretched really bad, and I don't want any unfortunate incidents out there with the chain breaking. We're gonna put the brake pads on, new rear brake pads on it, because the sand, again, it acts like sandpaper, and it's been ripping through the brake pads, and that's it. We're gonna send it, we're gonna pin it. Everything should be good. So there you have it, guys. Thanks so much for being here with us. We're grateful for each and every single one of you. Thank you for all of the comments and the support. We just really, really love you guys. So we'll see you on the next video. Have an amazing day, a wonderful night. We'll see you then.
Bye.